Hello, everyone, and welcome to round number 3 of Purple Sector Racing. It is the Chinese Grand Prix. Obviously, we've been at this circuit beforehand and provided an interesting race in NERL. We will start off tonight. That is the sort of the big news. NERL will not be returning for now. Not gonna go into why, as it is not my decision, and I would ask everyone in the chat to not make any snarky comments about it. Like I say, I mean, I could have resumed it if I wanted to. I decided not to. So I have not left it or anything. It just will not be returning right now. So full attention goes to PSR. Yeah, last week, I mean, a difficult race because we had a lot of issues with lag and stuff. I don't know why. I don't think it has anything to do with me streaming or anything, because I mean I stream NERL races every week and never had lag quite like that. Whether it was because of a bigger grid or whatever, I'm not sure. But yeah, China is not the greatest track, really. It's alright, I guess, but not the best. Strict track limits, so it will be different to NERL, and no sprint as well. So should be a pretty interesting race as I try to figure out why my Xbox battery pack is my controller keeps turning on and off. And I don't know the reason why, so that's grand. Some lovely technical issues before the fucking race has even started, so love that. Yeah, it might not be the most entertaining viewing, my stream tonight. I'm not going to go into why, but not exactly an ideal lead up to this race. And that's the last we're going to comment on it. So I don't know why this isn't turning on, but this is really fucking annoying me, and I don't have the patience for this because I have lots of things that are not working. Like, for example, my AirPods are pissing me off as well because they won't fucking turn on, or one of them won't turn on. And I've googled every fix on the planet, and none of them work. Oh, bloody hell. I don't know what to do. Still got plenty of time before. Yeah, still got plenty of time before the race. About 13 minutes to go. Don't know what is going on with my controller, and it is kind of paramount that my controller works so that I can race, obviously. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the stream. If you can hear fidgeting in the background, that is me trying to find a battery pack that is going to work, because the one I have been charging all day randomly keeps turning off. So I don't know what's going on. I don't think this one won't make it through the entire race. I have one for an Xbox 360 controller. Don't ask why. Oh, technology is just pissing me off today. My fucking my left AirPod doesn't work. and I don't know why, because every time I forget them and add them back to my phone, it will say the left one's on 100%, but left one doesn't connect. I'll put the left one in my ear, and it comes out through the right one. So Apple are just taking the piss there. Yeah, but fucking Apple products are just so fucking faulty. They're great when they work, but they don't work though. That's the problem. And my controller batteries are low again. So see, this is the problem, is that this race is not gonna go well because I can guarantee that at some point my controller's gonna die. Then fucking out of sheer coincidence, I'll probably end up fucking smacking into someone at that point. Then I'll get a penalty, which, I mean, fair enough. Yeah, it's just... I don't have the fucking patience. Oh my fucking god. It turns on for that one, but it doesn't turn on for this one. Jesus Christ. This is why you don't trust in technology, people, especially when it's billion-dollar companies making them, because they fleece you for all your money. Oh my god, just fucking turn on. Oh fucking hell. Alright, 1 second. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my controller, but it's not working. So, fucking hell. This is a phenomenal preparation. So yeah, I mean, like I said last week, there's not a chance in hell of a victory. We came close to one last week. We were leading with like 2 laps to go, and then my game just proceeded to give the ultimate piss-taking, lagging. Right at a time where I would have needed my game to actually work normally, because that is probably my only chance of a victory for the season gone. But yeah, we just get on with it. Target is simply, hi, give me a sec to think of a name for you. Well, just make it something nice. Hello, my regen for F1. I don't know whether that's a compliment or not. Voice chat suspended. Yeah, phenomenal. I don't want to. Alright, this one is charging, so we'll keep that. I used to cook and now you're taking over, so how you want to take that? Taken over? I mean, I don't know. I finished 5th last week. No, I mean, IDNF, your point being. Yeah, but you were quicker than me. And you'll be quicker than me today as well. I honestly don't think had this been New Era, the only race where I reckon I would have been basically guaranteed to win would have been Hungary. Because for whatever reason in league racing at Hungary, I always tend to really thoughts about your teammate next season. I don't really know. Being I kind of like being in a party chat on my own during the race. Like, but obviously we're getting close to a full grid, so I can't just be like nobody can be my teammate. Like, and why is Zen gone in the Mercedes? What is Zen gone to Merc? I mean, I mean, I'd take that. The Kent boys. Although the rivalry of Gillingham and Maidstone, not the Jibs. I don't know. I need to cook today. Well, yeah. If you're gonna be a title contender, you really need to win this race. Um, because what Riley's like 70 points in front of you, so you need to close that gap at some point. Because I mean, you've got constructors basically tucked up, like. So all you need to do really is just keep the fucking pressure on him for the drivers. Like, but I don't know, Matt. I can only really speak to you off of my experience with title battles, which was 2 years ago. Actually, no. Who am I kidding? It was 1 year ago, but I fucking got kicked before I could officially win the title. So, um, you just gotta like focus on yourself. Want to get the TP going again soon. TP, team principal. Also, anyone, for breaking news here on the DFT Lewis stream, football news this. Wilfred Zaha is reportedly closing in on a move to Lyon. What do you think about Zaha in the chat? I think Zaha's class. I'd have taken him at Newcastle, but we don't sign good players. This year, anyway. We've had a fucking awful window. Like, I don't give a shit what the fucking PSR crap is. We're aware that that's fucking blatant corruption. But, you know, Streets won't forget. Yeah, he's class. Zaha's great. Unless you ask David Moyes. David Moyes ain't a fan of him. I'm sure his daughter is, though. Allegedly. Yeah, well, I don't know on my controller, so we could actually be cooked today. I'll be back in a sec, actually. I'm gonna go and see if I can get some batteries. We got some batteries, so for tonight we're good. I think Zaha was in that class of players, Tarapt, Cabaye, Ben Arthur, etc. Yeah, I agree. Zaha is class. I think the problem with Zaha is that how do you actually say? Is it Zaha or Zaha? Because I just say it's Zaha. I mean, I know it makes no difference, but like, which one is it actually? No, I think Zaha is because he did it all at a club like Crystal Palace. And no disrespect in case there is a Crystal Palace fan watching. I do think very highly of your club. You are my probably one of like 2 other Premier League clubs in Newcastle that I actually like. Yeah, I like Palace. I think he's underrated because of the fact he did it at Crystal Palace and not at a mid-table club like, for example, an Everton, a Villa, and Newcastle, which are going to have more spotlight on them. But if you want a properly streets won't forget player, everyone goes to Adel Taarabt or fucking Ben Arthur or Pedersen from Blackburn. An actual streets won't forget player, and this man was an absolute menace, especially on FIFA. Yannick Bolasie. He was phenomenal, and he also played for Palace, but he was fantastic. Yannick Bolasie was a great player. But I've seen memes about it before. Like, I could probably sit here for hours naming random Premier League footballers for hours and be completely satisfied. Like, I think the most streets won't forget player for Newcastle is probably like, yeah, I mean, you're looking at Ben Arthur, Cabaye. I think one that's like really underrated because he only ever scored 1 goal, but that 1 goal we did score for us was an absolute worldie. Was Cheick Tiote. Obviously, sadly, passed away. Probably that's fucking hell, like 7 years ago now. But he was great for us. And yeah, as I say, his 1 goal for Newcastle was that infamous game where you were 4-0 down against Arsenal at half time in 2011 and brought it back to 4-all. Evening, Jeff. Hello, Joshua. But I don't know, we've had a lot of players like that, like fucking Demba Ba, Papiss Cisse. We've had some really like not like some of the best players. I mean, we have had some of the best players the Premier League's ever had, but we've had a lot of the streets won't forget players. Like our 2011 team is probably just a list of them. Like Tim Krul, what a player he was. Colaccini, fucking hell. I think if we look at it in the future in 20 years from now, our streets won't forget player will be Bruno. Fucking hell, that was loud. Jesus, sorry. I don't know, that's if he stays. I mean, people think he's going to leave. I mean, he's just been made club captain. I don't think he's going anywhere. For a while, anyway. But because people will say Isak, but the thing is, I think Isak.
Okay, me again, mate. We've made some changes.
It could sound biased. I honestly think there is a point to be made that Isak is the most underrated player in the league. Because people don't realise just how good he actually is. He's the best player in Harlem.
I'll check back with you soon to chat.
Player that is, not striker. Before everyone goes fucking mental in the chat. Miley, yeah, well Miley's class. But I think Miley's very much underrated because him and Maynard are very largely the same age. And I will say now, yeah, Maynard is better than Miley now, but when they first debuted, Miley was very much on par with him, if not better. But now Maynard is just a different level. But they're both class. But we've got a decent squad, but we just haven't added to it in the way we would have needed. I mean, this transfer window has been a complete disaster, with Minte and Anderson leaving because of PSR. The bad one, not the good one. Which now, looking back in hindsight, maybe wasn't the smartest idea. But yeah, FFP and all that sham, so we had to sell fucking 70 million worth of players. And we bought a striker from a relegated team, signed John Ruddy, and then bought, I swear we bought someone else as well. Lloyd, yeah, well we signed Lloyd Kelly on a free, and that was it. I mean, weren't expecting superstars, but like, I was expecting some kind of big name player. Alright, let's do this. That was weak through one. I could feel we slid a little bit off the curve there. I mean, I have no idea if that was a good first sector or not. Qualifying is not really my thing. .51.6, the middle sector. I mean, I will go first because I'm the first person to settle that. But I mean, it's felt alright, but I feel like there's definitely some improvements. I mean, 31.981, sorry. No idea if that's good. I mean, I'm not expecting to be in the title fight. My goal is to try and get into the top 6.
Less than one lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
Someone go P2. Riley 36.6. That don't. But he must have made a mistake there. Stewart goes P2. If it could tell me about the driver behind, I'd love to know that. Oh no, it just doesn't want to. Okay, fair enough. You do you game. Stewart with 32.5. I mean, it felt like a decent lap, but I can already tell I can improve that, so... Luckily we don't have anyone near us, so won't get in trouble for anything as of now. I think, is that, yeah, McLaren's slipstreaming one another. Smart idea. What else is there to talk about in the world of sport? I mean, Sargent got dropped, didn't he? Who is the one replacing him? It, like, Caleb Pinto or something. Something like that. Is he any good? Or is he just going to be another sergeant? Because I mean, I liked
Right, our
Logan
best lap so
Sargent, but
far,
he just wasn't.
1:31.9.
Don't think he was ready for Formula. I think had he have had a second season in F2, that might have helped him. Or however, another season in F2, that might have helped him. Well, I don't know. Zen goes P4, so everyone seems to be... Is everyone struggling? I don't understand, because I mean, I've set a good lap there, but everyone else doesn't seem to be able to get to a decent range, but I don't know whether that's everyone just sandbagging or, you know. Andrew goes P3. I don't really know whether it's a case of I've set a really good lap or I'm not too sure. Gavin goes P4. Still got Chris Harris and Giuseppe and Zen. Wait, so there's two Zens. Wait, I have a teammate. I thought that was... Wait, I thought that was Zen taking the piss. Hold on, what? There's... I do have a teammate. I thought whoever said that in the thing was as a joke because Zen went in there. So now we got Zen and Zen. Okay, so BPS is the original Zen, and we'll call this guy Zen. Well, come on, lad. We need a Mercedes 1-2. High expectations. Alright, well, let's see what's going on. Now on track. 24.8 for this man. That does not make for good reading. But the race is not won in qualifying. So... what else do I need to say? There might be a video on the channel tomorrow. Predictions video for Bash in Berlin on Saturday night, which is the next WWE Premium Live event. But I don't know whether I can be bothered to make a video. As bad as it sounds. But it should be a good show. Looking forward to Punk versus Drew. But I'm hyped for Bad Blood, because Bad Blood will be should be a good show. Because you imagine Punk versus Drew in Hell in a Cell, Rhea versus Liv, Finn versus Priest. Hopefully Uncle Howdy will have a match. Obviously he had a match on as Zen Spins. He had a match on Monday's Raw. Which, by the way, TNT Sports are fucking awful at production. And this is why I'm thrilled that at the end of the year WWE is going to Netflix. Because TNT Sports are the worst. Because during the main event on Raw, which was Chad Gable versus Uncle Howdy, Uncle Howdy's in-ring debut, main event of Raw, They go to a commercial break, about 3 minutes long, which is what commercial breaks are. They come back, show one move, and then go straight to a different program, not even a commercial break, and that's playing for about a minute, and then they go back to the actual match. So we lost about 5 minutes worth of a 20-minute match, or 8 minutes actually, because it was fucking commercial break, and then they wouldn't play it, and then there was another commercial break. So, they're just the
Okay, mate,
worst.
our best
Like,
lap so far, 1 minute,
but thankfully,
31.9.
it is going onto Netflix at the end of the year, so there will be so many people watching it, and I'm all here for it, because professional wrestling, when it's at its best, there just is not a sport like it. And before anyone comments fake or not a sport, hate to break it to you, but Batman doesn't really save the world.
We're
It
currently
is
10th
also
in the speed
scripted.
trap, 207.7 miles per hour.
So we're still 5.5 tenths basically. I'm not getting confident in the slightest, because maybe everyone is just holding it in for the final run, and then they will just obliterate the field. I don't know, but this has not been a terrible start. I am fucking tired, as per normal. This has not been a terrible start. Hopefully, we can keep pole position, and if all these other 10 guys don't mind just fighting for 28 laps, and I can just drive off, that would also be quite nice. Is that actually going to happen? No. And Andrew goes P2. 2 tenths off me. Okay, so Andrew's going to have to race to get back out in time. I'm sitting pretty here, but all these guys have set like 4-3. I mean, apart from Zen, or BPA's, that's only done 1 lap, and Giuseppe, who hasn't come out yet. I've only done 1. Everyone else has done like 3, 4, even 5. Like, but I seem to be making a lot of time up in that first sector, and I definitely lost a tenth or two when I had a little moment on the curb, and I sort of slid a bit. So there's still like a tenth or two in there. So the problem is, I don't want to get, if anything, I don't want to get pole and then just drop back massively, because then that's just going to look awful. I'd rather qualify like 6th and finish 5th instead of qualify pole and finish 4th. Well, well, obviously I'd rather finish 4th, but I'd rather just not have the little excitement.
Okay, me again,
It's
mate.
hard not to, because I don't get pole very often. I'm not very good
So you're going to have
at
multiple
one lap
modes to
pace.
choose from
Shut
in the race now. Have a play
up,
around with
Mark.
them in
There
your
is
MFD
one
during the
engineer
practice sessions and think
that
about
is
how
ever
you might
allowed
use
to
them on
talk
race
to
day.
me,
I'll check back with you soon to chat more about
and
it.
it is not you. He's got the same first 2 letters in his name, but it is not you. Only real ones, remember. The ERL Season 4 partnership. Mighty Matters Engineer. Recruit and News Drivers. Constructors World Champions. Gavin goes P1. So, there goes our hopes and dreams. But P2, P3, anywhere around that would be a nice start. They have 28 laps in the Chinese Grand Prix. Almost guaranteed that a safety car will come out. I would imagine so. Anyway, we had, I think it was 2 in NERL. But we also did have a sprint race. I got pole in both sprint shootout and the race, but didn't win either of them as I played the team game. Looking back at it now, I kind of regret it, because I mean, I probably could have been a 3-time champion had I not listened to those orders. But I'd rather be myself and be a team player and finish second instead of being selfish and win. And that's not a shot at anyone before anyone thinks so in the chat. Chris Harris retires from the session as we just soldier on. But we've made a mistake, and that's pole gone probably. Still a pretty decent lap, I guess, but oh, we go back onto provisional pole. Oh, are we going to keep it though? Can somebody go faster? It could only be Andrew maybe that can improve here. Because I think everyone, well I mean there's Stuart 69 and Chris Harris. Can't really see if Andrew is up. Because normally you'd be able to tell on his steering wheel, but I can't see his steering wheel. Dave can't improve, only goes P6. It is either Andrew, Andrew, Riley, or BP Ace that will be able to take this pole from us. Giuseppe doesn't set a lap. Riley goes P3. Andrew doesn't improve. So it's a front row guaranteed. Is it pole or is it P2? I swear to God, Zen, if you take this away from me now. Ah, for fuck's sake, of course he did. Zen goes on to pole. It's P2. I mean, that's still a phenomenal effort to get P2 there. I'm happy with that, but fuck man, we had pole for basically the entire session. Fuck. He gets it by 9 milliseconds as well. That was so close. I mean, what does everyone think after that? Thrilling qualifying session. We end up P2 in qualifying on the front row. So if we can get a better start than Zen, we can always, you know, get even with him into turn 1. Realistically, Zen is the one that is more likely to be in a title fight. The likelihood is I'm not going to be in a title fight. So this could be a Verstappen Hamilton Malaysia 2017 thing here, and there could be no point in him fighting me if I'm quicker. But am I going to be quicker? I don't know. I don't think so. But I'm going to go for it because I haven't got a title to fight for. There's not a chance I'm going to be in the title fight. I'm like 50 points off. So, and it's not like 2021 where I'm at least on par with those. I fought last week with Riley, but he was on slower tyres than me, and he was still basically quicker. So, we're just going to give it everything. Let's just hope for it. We've got a formation lap up first. Everyone seems to be on hard tyres. Damn it, Zen, says Matt. Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating to not get pole, but
make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the
P2
tyres and
is still
brakes
pretty
throughout the
good.
lap,
I'm
please.
happy with that. My goal was simply, as I say, top 6. So, to get second, I'm pretty happy with that. Then, kind of speeding everyone up.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
Not too sure what's going on here, but he can control the pace, but he's choosing to go ridiculously fast. I mean, I don't necessarily have to follow him. He slows down. I mean, it's a smart thing to do. His tyres would be freezing. He needs to basically stay close to me so that I can't warm mine up. But I don't think anyone expected to see me PT. I'd have been like, if I get a really good result, maybe I could get 4th at best. But the fact we're basically even there, I mean, by about 9 milliseconds. Still a pretty good lap, and I'm happy with it. So as he slows everyone down, not ideal for us, but man's got to do what man's got to do. Certainly respect him for it. A couple people disqualified from the formation lap. They are Zen and the other Zen and Giuseppe. So we are going to line up into our group position. It's 0.6, and he has critically over jumped it. So I do have, I mean, he still has a slight advantage, but not the full advantage he would want there. So it is going to be closer off the line than he was going to plan. Obviously you can see that line, that yellow line where his tyre, where you want it to be. Mine is just behind it. His is well behind it. So that is going to count for something.
You might experience some understeer now that you...
Not sure why. Right, here we go then. 5 lights on. Lights out, and away we go here in China. We get a very, very even start. He, in the second phase, gets a bit of a better one. But we're going to go for it into turn 1. We do take the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. And Zen down to P3 already. Riley up into P2. Stuart 69er, the only man on mediums, has spun out. So that's big for him. His tyres will be hot off the line. But Jesus Christ, that was a tense start. But we have managed to get the lead. And then an awful start for him from pole down to P3 as Dave spins off as well in the Aston Martin. And we are a very good start for us. Not an ideal one for Zen. Championship leader Riley just behind us. A gap of 1.3 seconds. Zen and Riley going wheel to wheel down the back straight here. This could get very tense. Zen going to throw it up the inside. And I do believe there is contact there. This is helping us just get away that little bit more as we come across the line, and it's a 1.6 second lead. That all the time that these two are going to fight will most likely increase, because I mean, I'm pushing, but I'm not really using ERS, and I'm still kind of eking that lead out a little bit, now up to 2 seconds.
Use your overtake
Andrew
button
and
more.
Zen
It's time
now
to utilise some of this
going
energy.
wheel
Come on.
to wheel. But what do we think of that in the chat? A good start for us. Now we just got to hold it. Still got 27 laps to go. Can't get too excited now. We have two very, very quick drivers behind us. But 2.9 second gap, now 3.6, now 4.4. Everyone seems to have had loads of chaos there. Giuseppe up to P2 now. I have no idea what happened there, but both the McLarens seemingly caught up in something with Zen. Seems to be Riley and Zen. So now we have a 4.2 second lead over the rest of the pack. And this is very good for us all the time. What we really need here is Zen to just fight the guy in seconds. Because as you see, it's just costing them time. A 4.2 second lead. Obviously well out of DRS range. They all seem to be within DRS of each other. So we really need Zen to just stick in that DRS zone of Giuseppe, put the pressure on him, allow them to fight, and we can just get further in front. Not sure what happened between... The worst thing now would be a safety car for us. I just have to pray that there is no safety car in this race, because that would be horrible. Or especially not now anyway. Wouldn't mind one in the later laps, but not now. 4.7 seconds, 4.8, basically the gap now. Zen will have DRS on Giuseppe. He does have DRS, gaining quite a lot. Zen up into P2. But I don't think Giuseppe is going to give up there. He doesn't. He gets back up into second. As we are now 4.4 seconds clear of the field. Championship leader Riley at the back of the field, not the race he would have wanted. Do feel bad for him. Not sure what happened between them, but I just saw a yellow flag, lots of chaos, so I presume an incident between him and Zen. Zen is streaming in case you want to see his view. F1 Zen is bad on Twitch. We will shout him out. I think Riley might be as well. Go check our old buddy out. We're on Twitch as well. Would appreciate it if you stayed here. But they are also quality streamers. So check them out if you want. 4.1 seconds is the gap. I mean, it is... don't really know if it's coming down or going up. That is my main focus now, is really the gap. I mean, looks like everyone will be going quite long on these tyres. Stuart 69 and then Chris Harris sets the fastest lap of the race. They are gaining on me, which is not fun. I really need Zen to start pushing him. I don't know if he is.
Rain is forecast in just over 10
Rain
minutes time.
is forecast in 10 minutes time, so that is going to throw a lot up in the air of this race. If we do get rain here in China, I'm not really sure if it is what I would want or not. I mean, this race has been pretty good for us so far. Zen does look a bit closer to him this time. About 4/10, but they seem to be all up in a little trio with a second between them. Riley making his way through the field. Zen dives down the inside. These two can just continue the fight, that would be very much appreciated. 5.1 seconds now, as Zen and someone else have an incident. Not sure what was going on, but Zen is not having a great day. Andrew now inherits second. 5.3 seconds is our lead now. As our teammate, the other Zen, comes into the pits. So does BP Ace, and guessing that's Giuseppe. Seems like everyone, barring me pretty much, have had some level of trouble in the race. It is all going well for us so far, but this is just the first 7 laps. It is certainly not over by any stretch of the imagination. Just trying to keep calm. Obviously, thoughts of the win are now starting to enter the mind to have started this well. I mean, I would like to win this race. I would hope that we can. But we've still got 22 laps, so can't get overexcited thinking about that now. As we pick up our first warning, we need to be careful with them. I don't know how many warnings anyone else has got, but we do need to be careful with them. Only can take one more warning before a penalty now. So we are on a very tight rope now. Just got to keep it on the track, or hope that Andrew or somebody behind us picks one up. Then that gives us a bit of leeway. Riley has... I saw Riley has wing damage. I'll read that on the straight, but thank you, Josh. Riley has wing damage. Right, I can read it now. Riley has wing damage, by the way, in case that's of help. Yeah, so Josh, I'm guessing you must have seen it then. I don't know what lap it was on, but when I had the 1.7 second gap and then it suddenly went up to like 2, 3, 4, and it put Riley down to the back of the field. What actually happened then? Because it looked as if they had hit each other and Riley had spun off. Like, obviously I wasn't looking in the mirrors or anything. All I saw on the track map was the yellow flag, so I didn't actually see what happened. Riley lost the rear and just collected everywhere. Yeah, I thought he got involved with Zen or something. No disrespect to BPA's Zen, but he seems to be at the centre of, or seems to be close to a lot of the collisions today. It's not been the ideal day for him, as Gavin gets back past Chris Harris and into third. Harris then goes down to fifth. As me and Andrew are doing largely similar lap times right now. I mean, this is good for me if we can just sort of continue like this, count the laps down with the gap I mean, kind of increasing, but largely being around the same. .8 seconds now the gap. Also, Andrew really thinks he can catch you in 5 laps. I mean, I think if he was to really push right now, he could. But is that the smart thing to do? I don't know. Because I could blitz all my ERS in a lap and start pushing.
Energy. Okay to use your overtake
I'm not like... I'm not really fully pushing, to be honest. Like, I am pushing to an extent, but I'm just sort of more focused on keeping it on the track and not spinning or picking up a penalty instead of actual speed. As Zen retires, and if this is a safety car, this could completely fuck our race. As our teammate is out, not good for the team. BP Ace sets the fastest lap of the race. Here's what's happened to our teammate. That looks like he's pulled that over. So, Josh, what else has Andrew been saying then? So he's the guy in second, so he's really, I mean, kind of the guy I've got to focus on. Like, is there anything he's been saying that isn't working for him, or... I mean, I'm not denying whatsoever he's quicker than me, but catching me in 5 laps, I don't know, because that would require him to burn his tyres up just for the idea of getting to me, when it's like...
5 minutes until rainfall
5 minutes expected
5 minutes until rain.
Until rain. 6.9 seconds now the gap, so it's largely... Gap is largely staying the same. It comes down, it goes back up. No, apart from he feels he lost pace once he hit the back of Riley with no damage. So has he got damage or not? Because I mean, he might not have damage, but you'll still be able to feel the effects of it. Like, it can slow you down. Like, no, he hasn't, okay. Because, I mean, for instance, in Bahrain in New Era, I had to get a new front wing, side collision, and put on a new front wing anyway, and it still felt pretty hard to turn. So you can have some lasting effects, but as far as I'm aware, he doesn't have any damage, so I'm not... Zen leaves the session. Tyres still in pretty decent shape. I mean, the front right is looking healthy as ever. The 2 left ones aren't in the best of shape. The 2 rear ones not looking as we would want. But this could be very interesting now, because we've got to sort of... until the rain falls to pit. Or is the rain going to fall hard enough to pit? I think this race, despite the fact the gap is, you know, around 7 seconds, I think that this race will be won and lost in the pit stops. Then sets another fastest lap. But 11 laps in and things have gone as good as we could have hoped. We just hope that that carries on for us. Me and Andrew doing largely the same lap times. I mean, it goes down to 6.8, then it goes up to 7.2. Largely similar. Which, I mean, is good for us, as I say, just clocking down the laps. But I do think this race will be about when that rain starts to fall. Will anyone decide to take the bullet and pit early? Because that extra lap, staying out if it's too wet, too greasy on the circuit, or if it's too dry when you come out in inters, that could decide the whole race.
Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip
I
any
think
time
you're going
now.
to start losing some tyre grip around now. Not ideal. For us, we really need that rain to just not come.
The rain's a few lap outs yet, but it is coming, so be careful. Okay,
Rain
dries
is
seem like the
still
best tyre
a
for
few
now.
laps out. I really don't want it to rain. I just want some dry weather so I can get off these tyres onto mediums. Hold them on. There's too many unknowns about wet weather.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
See, here's the thing, I don't know whether I go into the pits before it starts raining, because if it starts raining, but not that badly, is it worth going on to inters? But if the rain is still a few laps out, tyres are starting to hurt. You know, Andrew really holds the key to what he's going to do, because if he pits now and goes on to mediums, I do then technically have that freedom. I mean, we've still got Gavin, Chris Harris and Stewart in our pit window. So the cars behind us, really, it is sort of a game of chicken between the five of us, because you've got the three of them in third, fourth and fifth fighting each other for that last podium spot. You've got me and Andrew just sort of, you know, 7 seconds is a pretty decent gap, but in wet weather that can change very, very quickly. So ideally for us right now, everyone behind us would pit, and it gives us the luxury so that we can also go into the pits. Or we just want it to rain.
Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Andrew seems to have gained about 6 tenths in that last sector. Looks like Andrew is just starting to push quite a bit now. And the rain starts to fall here in Shanghai. The rain is here. So we were scheduled to pit on the next lap, but this race has now been totally thrown into jeopardy. Because the rain is now falling. It's not much, Riley, in this lap. Yeah, I really don't know what to do. This is where being in the lead is kind of a blessing and a curse.
Okay, you're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10
I mean, they're
more
looking at about 10 more minutes of this rain, but the problem is that how much worse is this rain going to get?
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
Andrew still does not come into the pits, as we are going to lap someone now. He comes out on the inters. We go through, everything is fine. Gavin and Stuart come into the pits.
Be careful on those slicks. These conditions are making the line a bit greasy, but we're still nowhere near the changeover point.
Nowhere near the changeover point is what they are saying. Stuart goes on to softs. Oh, it is difficult. It is a difficult thing. Hards especially are
Let's use overtake
not
and
ideal
burn off
for
some
these
of this energy.
conditions. Well, I don't know what to do, guys. I'm a bit... I feel like Andrew might just do whatever I do, which is the smart idea, because realistically he's got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Okay, pit in this lap and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we
Go
exceed
till it starts to
Keep
feel a
that
bit...
in
I
mind
mean,
as
it
you
did
approach.
there.
10 minutes left of
What
this
are they
rain,
saying?
then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes.
Think it's going to dry up in 10
dry seem like
minutes.
the best tyre for now.
Dries do seem like the best tyre. Andrew in.
Okay, we can take you
Fuck
this
it, we're
lap.
going in. And we're going to go on inters. We are going to bite the bullet here. I said this could be the difference between victory and defeat. We're going to have to try it. So...
Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time.
We're just going to have to go
happy with
for
that
it. Andrew also comes into the pits. Not sure what he's
Up
going
to
on to.
speed
He
now.
also
Let's get
goes
some
on to
heat into those
inters.
tyres.
So Chris Harris takes the lead of the Grand Prix. But now things have started to just heat up a little bit. That gap now 8.3 seconds. As we go through and we're into the lead. I think we have done the right
Nice
thing
move.
here.
Good job.
I definitely think we have made the right choice. Because Chris Harris is very much struggling. DRS disabled, yet we've done that perfectly. Very, very lucky to do that at that time, because I was still considering staying out for one more lap.
Okay, the stewards have now disabled DRS. DRS is now disabled.
DRS now disabled. And you see there, Chris Harris, I mean, was second in front when he came out of the pits, now 3.4 behind. His race falling apart. And it is a shame because he's driven quite well here. But we now are sitting about 9 seconds in the lead. We're not too sure how long the rain is going to be out for. They said about 10 minutes. You know, so it will... Lap times will be getting slower with the rain, so this could see it get very dry right towards the end of the race. So this is not over at all. We could see a dry track on the final couple of laps. Fascinating race this. As Andrew gets through.
Just so you know, we're getting some strange readings from a couple of the sensors, so I don't think you need to be worried, just some bad data, so keep doing what you're doing. I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems.
But I don't know why Chris Harris didn't pit. I mean, on that lap, on this lap, he had the chance to, and he just decided not to, so I'm not too sure what he's thinking there.
It looks like the weather's going to dry up in about 5 minutes' time. Inter's look
Both
like the best
McLarens
tyre
are very
for now.
confident on their pace, in their pace. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, that gap is staying a bit similar. I don't know what to think. This race is not over yet at all. That gap has been around 8.9. Gavin picks up a penalty. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think they're definitely both quicker than me, in general, but today I have been pretty much on par with them. You know, the gap goes down, then it comes back up. So I'm not too sure
No
what
need
to
to
think.
worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
But I'm not getting too complacent yet, as we have a yellow flag. I wish I knew how many, you know, track limits Andrew had, because he clearly doesn't have a penalty, but is he close to one? Is he having to be careful? Because I mean, I can only use up one more track limit extender. I'm trying not to, but I don't think he's got one. That is not what we needed to hear. Ideally what we want is Andrew to get overzealous and a bit overexcited, a bit carried away. Maybe pick up one or two, make a mistake, spin out. Because I think it is now just down to the two of us for the win. As, I mean, Chris Harris is starting to really struggle. 30 seconds back now. It is, yeah, Zen goes up into third. Lap 18 of 28, we have led, all barring about 15 seconds. I'd say that you're struggling to try to get him to push. I mean, I don't know, I'm pretty happy with how things are going at the moment. He clearly had a moment there, as he lost about 4 or 5 tenths. So, this has been a very, very strategical race. We have led all barring about 20 seconds of this race. As I would think, yeah, it is probably, unless there is some crazy chaos to come, unless there is some kind of safety car or it randomly dries up, I think me and Andrew are probably the only two that can win this race. But who is going to win it? That's the thing. A safety car now would completely ruin our race.
Rain's passing now, so expect it to ease up in
Rain
the next few
is
minutes.
expected
Dry
to
line's
ease
gonna
up
come
in the
quickly,
next
so don't waste any time
few
getting back up to speed.
minutes.
Inters seem to be the fastest tyre for now.
Inter's still the fastest for now, but when is that rain going to dry up? Not too sure of that. .9 seconds the gap, so still some largely very similar pace.
situation, but I don't think we've got cause to move on to a different tyre yet. We think this rain should stop sometime in the next few laps. So we should see a dry line starting to form fairly rapidly, so make sure you cool your tyres down the straights. Inters look like the best tyre for now.
Just got to keep it on the circuit. As we are coming up to some more lapped cars. As Gavin and Giuseppe both now have penalties. I mean, it doesn't really affect us. It's certainly a thing to keep an eye out for. As we come up to Stewart's 69er, the first ever PSR race winner. And
it looks like we're running on a dry track soon. Back
it
to
is
dry
looking
shortly.
like we're going to get, should myself or Andrew take the win, or even Zen, should some craziness happen, the first 3 winners would all be different, which would be nice for the championship. As the dry line, the rain is starting to...
Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Okay,
weather
not
looking
sure
good for now. Not sure whether dries or inters are fast in the crossover. So now, it is the opposite of when do we come back in. Riley's on 2 warnings. DRS enabled.
At the end of this lap, please.
Zen goes in.
No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good. We're not certain which is the best tyre right now, dries or inters.
What does everyone in the chat think then? Do we come into the pits now?
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
I mean, I think...
Not sure whether dries or inters are fast.
I think the smart idea is softs, really, because I don't want to give up that pace advantage to Andrew if I go on to mediums and he goes on to softs. As we lap Stuart 69er and we come into the pits. Make sure we don't pick up a penalty or anything. All nice and neat and tidy. We come into the pits. Andrew also comes into the pits.
Okay, off we go. Back into
Soft
the race.
tyres go on to the
Fantastic
Mercedes.
stop, faster than we were expecting.
Andrew also coming in. As he goes on to mediums.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
So we do have a pace advantage, but we just need to hope that these tyres do not burn out. I don't know if they will or not. They shouldn't. But that is the unknown here. As we are sort of pushing to build a gap, but we also don't want these tyres to die. But at the same time, on the off chance they do die pretty quickly, the hope is that we have a big enough lead to keep hold of the win. It would be very, very cruel if the win was to get stripped away now. If this doesn't go wrong, because we've done pretty much everything right. We took the gamble to pit and it ended up being the right lap. We raced hard when we needed to. Stayed out of trouble. As I've said countless times during the stream, it is not over yet. Until we cross that line as the winner, it is not going to be done in my mind. As we get a blue flag. The Red Bull lets us through straight away, very much respectfully. I've seen that Josh has put something in the chat. Josh, I will read it when I get onto the straight, but I think Andrew is starting to push now. I would say take relatively easy if you, yeah, save the tyre, yeah. Well, that's the thing, it's like, I feel like whatever I would have done, he'd have done the opposite, you know. If I'd have gone on to mediums, I think he'd have gone on to softs, but I thought that he would have gone on to softs because everyone else has. So I still don't know whether he's played this smart or not. Because I think had he been on softs, he'd have got quite close to us really. So I kind of had to back him off. It's the rears though that are the ones that are burning out quite quickly. Five laps remaining of this race. We have led all 24. But this is a tense final few laps. The gap is coming down. But is it going to come down enough? Because not only has he got to close up 7 seconds in 5 laps, he's then got to overtake me and do it ideally for him in a way where it's clean, because if there is any collision and he gets in front, if there is, he needs me to go out. That is the thing. If there is a crash between us, he needs me to go out or end up 10 seconds behind him at most. I think he really is pushing now, and that is fine for him because he can. Whereas my tyres are not in a position where I can push. Andrew sets the fastest lap of the race. 4 laps to go. 7 seconds. So he's essentially got to gain about 2 seconds a lap. Oh, it is a nerve-wracking end to this race. Not in the position to fight for wins very often, so when they come, we've got to take them. If we can win this, it would be the 17th win in league racing over the past 3 years, so that tells you basically what you need to know. I don't win very often. You've watched the races. 7.2 seconds. got to take it nice and smooth. Six seconds. The gap is coming down. He's got 3 laps to gain over 2 seconds a lap. Giuseppe retires. That shouldn't be a safety car. It's too late. But this is a nail-biting end to the Grand Prix. Very similar to the race in Japan in New Era, where we had the advantage of track position, but the car behind us had the advantage of fresh tyres. We've just got to keep our calm.
Green flag.
Andrew has clearly got the pace to win, but it would be so heartbreaking if we do not win this now, because I don't say this often, but I think it's a true fact today. I have been the best out of all of us. Was milliseconds away from pole. Got the lead off the start. Led the entire race pretty much. Done what we needed to do. And it would be gut-wrenching if this gets snatched away from us at the end. 2 laps remain. The gap is 5.4 seconds. He needs to gain basically 2.5 seconds a lap to get close on the final lap. .3 seconds. 5.1 now. Oh, as we have a big snap there, that's not good. That's going to cost us some time. And it costs us a lot of time. 5 tenths has gone there, 47% on these tyres. He's still got 4.6 seconds to gain. He has been very, very fast today, and I think he's going to be very disappointed if he doesn't come away with the win. He would have been very much a worthy winner. Four seconds now as we move on to the final lap of the Chinese Grand Prix. 3.8 seconds, but our tyres are wearing out. His tyres seemingly getting better with life. A tense ending to this Grand Prix. The wet weather in the middle of the race really threw it up. We just need to take it easy through here, gentle on the tyres. Realistically, as long as I win this race, I don't care what the gap is. Just want to bring this one home. Riley recovering well. 2P5. But we have made it through pretty much everything we have needed to make it through. Last week was not an ideal debut in PSR. We were milliseconds away from pole earlier in qualifying. We've done everything right. Zen's still ahead of Gavin for P3. Nobody's been ahead of us today as we come home to win the Chinese Grand Prix and take our first win in PSR. Getting massive, massive result. Andrew put the pressure on. He takes P2 and Zen, well, I'm guessing will take P3. GG's, man. GG's, Andrew. You put the pressure on. I was sweating towards the end there. Getting there, Lewis. That's what we've been waiting to hear from Matt. What a result. Our 17th win in league racing. Our first in PSR. Getting the third different winner and third different team as well to win a race in 3 different races this season. Ferrari and Stewart in round 1, Raleigh and McLaren in round 2, me and Mercedes in round 3. Stewart 69 comes home to P7, Chris Harris P8. But that is it in Shanghai. Getting a massive, massive result for us. One I did not expect at all coming into today. But it is a victory. And the gap wasn't massive, but I would say a pretty convincing win. As we led the entire race, barring about 30 seconds probably, if that. So close to having pole. Not even bothered about fastest lap. You know, that is probably my win for the season. But massive result. 25 championship points to add to the 11 we picked up last week. A huge win for us today. After the disappointment last week, and even in NERL, we played the team game there and picked up a P2. But that is it for now. We will be back next week, same time as usual, for round 4, which is the Monaco Grand Prix. So that will be a carnage-filled race. The week after that, we're back to a sprint race with Emilia Romagna. Well, what a race that was. Absolutely thrilled with that. Still in shock, really. Didn't even like lap 9, lap 10. I didn't think that was on the cards. I thought that the field would eventually get itself up there. But that will do it for today's stream. Maybe we'll stream in. Might stream randomly in the next week if I feel like it. I have a lot going on at the minute, so this is still quite surprising. Just come here and get the win. But yeah, I might stream some Minecraft tomorrow or maybe the day after, not sure. Yeah, just keep. Obviously, if you want to rewatch this, it will be up on my YouTube channel probably within an hour or so. Yeah, thank you for watching. If anyone's watching Bash in Berlin on Saturday, have a fun night. Should be a good one. If you are going, make noise. European crowds are the best. Yeah, enjoy all the action this weekend. The mighty Gills Gillingham are on TV on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff against Chesterfield. So up the Gills. Newcastle are on TV against the Dirty Spurs on Sunday. So up the Mags. That will do it. So thank you everyone for watching. A shocking result tonight. Wasn't expecting that one for sure. Yeah. Thank you, Gavin Fortune. Hope you enjoyed the race. Appreciate you all being in the chat. And we will see you soon.